Welcome to our channel where we bring you the most inspirational and influential quotes from great thinkers and changemakers. In today's video, we will be exploring Top 5 No Death, No Fear Quotes That Will Change Your Life by Thich Nhat Hanh. So, without further ado, let's dive into the wisdom of Thich Nhat Hanh and discover how to live a life free from fear. Thich Nhat Hanh was a renowned Vietnamese Buddhist monk, peace activist, and spiritual teacher who dedicated his life to helping people find peace within themselves and in their relationships with others. He was born in 1926 in Vietnam and spent much of his early life studying Buddhism and practicing meditation. In this episode, we are going to look at his top 5 quotes about death and fearlessness and see what they can teach us about living a more meaningful and fulfilling life. These quotes are sure to inspire and motivate you to face your fears and live a life that is true to yourself. Number 1. If you want to be happy, do not worry about death and try to live each day to the fullest. This quote reminds us that worrying about death only causes unnecessary suffering in our lives. Instead, we should focus on living each day to the fullest and appreciating all the beauty and wonder that life has to offer. When we learn to live in the present moment and savor all of its joys and challenges, we open ourselves up to the possibility of true happiness. This doesn't mean that we should ignore the reality of death. Rather, it means that we should acknowledge it and still choose to live a life filled with joy and gratitude. By accepting the impermanence of life, we can truly appreciate the preciousness of each moment and make the most of the time we have. Number 2. To be free from fear, we must learn to embrace uncertainty and imperfection. This quote encourages us to let go of our need for control and to accept the uncertainty and imperfection that are inherent to life. When we cling to the belief that we can predict and control everything around us, we only set ourselves up for disappointment and fear. However, when we learn to embrace the unknown and to trust in the natural order of things, we can experience a deep sense of freedom and peace. This is because when we let go of our need for control, we open ourselves up to the possibility of new experiences, opportunities, and perspectives. We become more flexible and adaptable in the face of change and are able to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Ultimately, embracing uncertainty and imperfection is a key part of living a life that is authentic, joyful, and free from fear. Number 3. Only when we have experienced deep sorrow can we understand the depth of happiness. This quote highlights the interconnectedness of our emotions and suggests that experiencing sorrow and suffering is also necessary for understanding and appreciating the depth of happiness. Many of us tend to view negative emotions like sorrow and fear as something to be avoided at all costs. However, by suppressing these emotions, we prevent ourselves from fully experiencing the full range of human emotions and ultimately hinder our own growth and understanding. When we allow ourselves to feel and process difficult emotions such as grief, we open ourselves up to the possibility of greater empathy, compassion, and ultimately, deeper happiness. By acknowledging and embracing the darkness, we can better appreciate the light and find meaning and purpose in our struggles. This quote reminds us that life is a journey that includes both joy and sorrow, and that embracing all of our emotions is essential for a fulfilling and meaningful existence. Number 4. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. This quote encourages us to embrace the natural flow of life and to let go of our resistance to change. It reminds us that trying to resist the inevitable will only cause us pain and suffering. Instead, we should learn to accept and flow with the natural rhythms of life, knowing that every experience, whether positive or negative, is temporary and will eventually pass. This can be challenging, especially when we feel like our lives are out of control. However, when we learn to surrender to the present moment and trust in the natural order of things, we can experience a deep sense of peace and freedom. This quote also speaks to the importance of mindfulness and being present in each moment. When we are focused on the present, we are better able to appreciate and enjoy our experiences, whether they are pleasant or challenging. By cultivating a mindful and accepting attitude towards life, we can navigate its ups and downs with greater ease and grace. Number 5, we are not afraid of death, but we are afraid of what might happen after death. This quote points to a common source of fear surrounding death, which is the unknown. Many of us fear what may happen after death because we don't know what to expect. This lack of certainty can be unsettling and even terrifying. However, by exploring our fears and confronting them with courage, we can begin to let go of our attachment to specific outcomes and find peace in the midst of uncertainty. One way to do this is through meditation and mindfulness practices, which can help us cultivate a deep sense of presence and awareness in each moment. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we can reduce our tendency to worry about the future and instead approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness. We can also learn to embrace the unknown as an opportunity for growth and transformation, rather than something to be feared. By letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the burden of fear and anxiety and open ourselves up to the possibility of new experiences, opportunities, and perspectives. This quote reminds us that while we may never be able to fully eliminate our fear of death, we can learn to live a life that is rich, meaningful, and full of joy despite our mortality. These quotes offer powerful insights into how we can overcome our fear of death and live a life that is more authentic, joyful, and compassionate. By embracing uncertainty, appreciating the interconnectedness of our emotions, and surrendering to the natural flow of life, we can find peace in the midst of change and cultivate a deep sense of freedom and presence in each moment. I hope you found these quotes and insights helpful, and I encourage you to share them with others who may also find strength and comfort in them. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of death and fearlessness with Thich Nhat Hanh, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to check out our other videos on similar topics that I think you'll also enjoy. And if you're new here, please subscribe and join our growing community of curious minds. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to bring you more thought-provoking content in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.